to the Victorious Living Solutions podcast. I'm your host, Nikeya Young, and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
2024 is here. I hope that you all had a very Merry Christmas, and I hope that you all had a safe and fun New Year's Eve celebration, but we are rocking and rolling. We're into the new year.
Already, just like that.
Yes,
just like that. We are here.
And for those of you all who are new to the podcast, this handsome gentleman on my right.
Stop it.
This amazing bearded gentleman on my right is my dear husband, Rodney Young Jr., and he's our special guest today. Hello, Rodney, and welcome.
Thank you. Always glad to be here.
We're always glad to have you. So we're talking about the theme for this season, you guys, is Command Your 24.
Come on now.
Command Your 24.
Tell them about it. I've been waiting for us to talk about this. So,
okay.
What is Command Your 24? What's it all about?
So, the premise of Command Your 24, and there's a double entendre there because we're in the year 2024, but we're also talking about commanding the 24 hours that you have. We all get the same 24 hours, but success belongs to those who can manage their 24 hours well. Okay, so the theme for this season, we're talking about different hacks that you can do to take command of your day, take command of your health, take command of your life. That's going to be a common theme rolling throughout the rest of this season. And also, we'll be announcing this again at the end, but we're going to be having a very special event this Saturday, January 6th. I am teaching a Command Your 24 free virtual masterclass. So you don't want to miss that. And you can go to commandyour24.com to register. Or you can also find the link to register on the victoriousliving-solutions.com website as well.
Yes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
Man, we've been getting ready for it. And just some of the things we've been talking about, like I think this part, about commanding your day and your schedule, this is some of my favorite stuff, right? Because I'm a productivity geek, right?
Yes.
So I'm excited that we're going to be getting into that Saturday. But I'm glad we get a chance to talk about a little bit of it now, right?
Yes.
So just kind of how it happens for us, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so today's episode is titled Productivity Hacks. Okay, tips for commanding your day. So let's get into it. We're each going to share with you 3 tips that we do each day to stay productive. And so we'll be trading off. And do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? What do you want to do?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Ever the gentleman. Okay, so my number one thing is do the thing you're dreading first. Whatever you are just like, I don't want to do it. Whatever makes you want to hit snooze 3 times in a row. Whatever you're just like, okay, on the count of 3, I'm going to get up and do. Like whatever just makes you it needs to get done, but you're dreading it. Go ahead and do that first. And the reason for that is that once you do that, you feel such an overwhelming sense of accomplishment that you got that done, that it actually gives you momentum to get through the rest of your day and get through the rest of your to-do list. By putting the thing that you're dreading the most later, putting it off to the end of the day, there's this overwhelming sense of dread hanging over you throughout the day because you're getting along and you're doing the things, but in the back of your mind, it's just like, yeah, I know I gotta go do that thing,
Yeah, I found that when I have that thing hanging over my head, it takes energy away from what I'm doing right then. So I might have picked the easier thing to do, but it might even be hard for me to do the easy thing because I'm thinking about the hard thing. Yep. So
it's taking up headspace. Just get it over with first, and then you'll breeze through everything else. So that's my first one.
Yeah, I think that one is that's a really good one. You were talking about the snooze button, like you could be like me and just take the snooze button away. I have an analog alarm clock, y'all. One of them old school ring, and she hates it. Like it
if you oversleep after you hear that thing,
it is horrible. It is loud and jarring, and so I just had to take the snooze button away. So that's a good one. So my first one is plan your week. So set a weekly plan. Okay. And I'm gonna say along with that, use a paper planner.
Now all of a sudden he is Mr. Paper Planner. He made fun of y'all. This man made fun of me for years for being so obsessed with paper planners, and now look.
So okay, let me go ahead and qualify that statement. All right.
I used to get on her. You can just use your phone.
I'm like, look, we got all this technology. We paying for all this technology. It's on your phone. It's everywhere. But to be fair, I'm not saying ditch that, okay? Because I use both of them, okay? So let me just let's keep this straight, all right?
Okay.
But I use this, and this is the Michael Hyatt Full Focus Planner. I've been using this for years. But it has in it, first off, it's set up so that every day you can list your top priorities, right?
Okay.
So, but then at the end of the week, you do a weekly review where you look back and see, okay, what did I accomplish this week? Did I accomplish the things that were most important? What are the things I can do better? Like it prompts you. So get a journal or get a planner that prompts you to ask questions. Okay. You know, so this is a good one, but there's other good ones out there. And then, you know, set up your week. Just pick the top 3 things that you, if nothing else gets accomplished this week, I need to get these things accomplished.
Absolutely.
And so that's what my weekly plan does. I normally do it on Friday mornings religiously at the same coffee house. They know me that, like, those are my people. Cornerstone Coffee House in Peatone, if y'all listening. But I like to go there and I'll look over my week. It usually takes me about maybe an hour to do that process, and then I'll just do some other work while I'm there.
Yeah.
But it just puts me in a headspace of I'm in charge of this week. Like I know what I'm doing, and then from day to day you can review that.
Absolutely. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so my second one is the do not disturb function on Macs and iPhones is your friend.
Yes.
It is your friend. Get acquainted with it. Now, what that does is it mutes all your notifications so you can get your stuff done. Now, if you don't have a Mac or an iPhone, I'm praying that you'll get delivered.
Now, come on. Don't be acting like that because we are pretty new to the iPhone tribe.
Not
okay?
that well, yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty new for a long time.
When did we come over? It was the end of 2020.
Yeah, it was like 2020, 2021.
Right before 2020.
A long time. Yep. Okay, so I'm not going to be like a lot of other people I'm not going to name who gave me all kinds of flack for having Android
really
for years.
Harassed us until we came over and saw the light of God.
But Android has a function too. I remember it.
So they have it.
So there is a function on Android where
if you can't find it and you don't have anyone to show you how to turn it on for whatever device you have, honey, just turn your phone off.
Yeah.
So the point is to not have ding, 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 ding popping up on your computer, because then it's like you heard it and you're like, I'm just gonna ignore it.
But wait, what if
it's something important?
I was gonna say, what if it's something important? I mean, but you're telling people to do not disturb. What if it's important?
It can wait. It can wait. Like what you're doing is important. How important is your work? You know, sometimes you can get into a really good flow of doing things and a distraction comes and it's really hard to get back to the level of focus that you had. And so I found that turning the do not disturb on my phone has really been helpful to me. Now, I will also do what I've been doing lately is just leaving my phone in my room.
That's very effective.
That's been very effective. Yeah. And I'll have times a day where I'll go and I'll check it like at lunchtime. Okay, I'm going to go see what
I was shocked, by the way.
And then you
when I saw you do that. Like, I've noticed you starting, oh my God, go ahead.
Yeah.
Because I know you'd be like, you know,
my
on your
phone. No, but I mean, but you're not going to miss anything. The world is not going to collapse. There's nothing that important. You know, the worst thing that happens is, oh, I missed that phone call. Well, I see who it is and then I call them back when I'm free. I don't have to. Nobody should be able to just get in touch with you at the drop of a dime. You should not be that available to everyone, that people know that at any point in the day, they can just send you a text and you respond within 30 seconds of that like nobody should know that they've got it like that with you.
That's good. That's real good. So my second one is very related. And I would say optimize your phone for productivity. So part of that for me is using Do Not Disturb. I use it a lot. But the other thing for me with your phone is a lot of times your phones come loaded with every app you could think of, right? But there's a lot of stuff you can just do on the computer. And so for me, I'm not on my phone all the time. I don't have email on my phone. I actually took my email off, so I'm not tempted to be checking it like when I'm doing other things, but also too, it's just less distraction. So I want to have a different relationship with my phone because if I'm constantly going back to my phone, it breaks my concentration. Yeah. So if I'm working on something, if I'm working on a client project or something, and then I pick up my phone because I need to check something, then I'm going to look at this, and I look at that, and an hour later, you're like, what was I doing?
I can't remember.
And it's hard to get started again after you've veered off so long. So for me, muting the notifications is key. Taking off real distracting apps. So like I said, I don't have email on there. Instant messaging, like I use Slack with a few groups that I'm a part of. I have Click, which is, my team app. I'll put those on if I'm leaving or if I'm going to be out and about. But generally speaking, if I'm not traveling, no email on my phone really helps.
I'm not there yet, y'all. But I'm glad that works for you.
Do what works for you. But think about it. I work from home. Okay. Yeah. So, and I'm at a computer, like most of the day, so, there's times when I leave, but most of the time I'm gone. I don't need to know. I really don't need to know what's happening every second of the day. So
there was a whole time, and I know that there's like a whole generation of people that are just like, what? But there was a whole time, you guys, where these little things right here did not exist.
Believe it or not.
And people are like, well, wait, what? How did you guys know where you were going? We used maps.
You know what I think? I think I met you before I ever bought a cell phone.
Really?
I don't think I had bought it yet. Like I think I had bought it like that.
Not even
year.
One of those prepaid ones, because the prepaid ones, I had my prepaid Prime Co phone. Remember Prime Co? And I Nokia 918. Those were my first forays into cell phone usage.
Mine was a Nokia too. Yep.
I hated that because people used to call me Nokia because my name is Nikeya, and they'd be like, Nokia, like the phone. I'm like, no, my name is not Nokia. My name is Nikeya. Stop it, yeah. I just had a traumatic flashback.
Yeah. So we're gonna. So we're saying take control of those phones, right?
Even when we first got them, it was like, it was prepaid. So you guys are like, what's prepaid? Well, we would pay, like, I think you could pay $25 for 250 minutes on your phone.
You were paying for minutes.
Minutes.
That's like unheard of now.
And then it was like we had the beepers. So someone would beep us, and then we would pick up the phone and call them. But because you paid for minutes, you just kept your conversations brief. And I know you guys are like, what? But yes, we're dating ourselves. But I'm just letting you know that there was a whole productive, living, breathing, existing world before we all got tethered to cellular phones.
You just did things, and then when you were done with them, you did the next thing.
And that was the norm. That was the norm. And I know it's hard because now we have so much technology and stuff, but we have to get back to some of those things. Like these phones have made it to where we can't even communicate with each other when we see each other in person. We're so used to texting and, or just talking to people on social media like, oh, I just talked to them. No, you didn't. You just replied to something they posted on Facebook. That is not the same as a phone conversation.
I haven't seen them in 20 years.
Right.
But we just talk.
But we talk all the time. No, y'all correspond. You know what I mean. So, yeah.
All right. Well, what's number 3 for you?
Okay. Number 3 for me is set the atmosphere before you begin working. So this is really important to me because the atmosphere around me greatly impacts my ability to be able to work. So and I don't know how it is for everybody else, but I would venture to say, especially if you have a cluttered environment, that is impacting you a lot more than you think it is. You may be like, oh no, I get my work done fine. Clean your office up and see how much better you work.
Oh yeah. Big game changer.
Yeah, big game changer. To the point where over winter break, I had like this. Have you ever just had a whole bunch of stuff that you're doing? And so you're pulling out things, looking for other things. And then by the time you get to the thing you were looking for, your office or your room is a complete tornado, but you're also really busy. So you're just like, oh, I'll get to that later. I'll clean it up later. Well, it was Christmas season. So later wasn't coming. And I was just like, I know I got to get down there and reorganize that office. But I also got a bajillion and one other things I got to do right now. But I still needed to get work done. And so I just sat at the kitchen table with my laptop and worked there until I was able to get downstairs and clean up my office. So the space has to be decluttered, at least, especially your desk, your immediate working area, if nothing else. And then also I like to have a candle with some nice fragrance in the atmosphere. I like to have the temperature in my office just right.
Hellfire hot. That's how she likes it.
I knew you were going to say something.
Hellfire hot. I go in there and start melting.
I cannot get anything done if I'm cold, y'all. I can't do it. Where are all my low iron anemic people? Let me stop it. I can't. If I'm cold, my brain is not thinking about anything else except for how I can find warmth. You could be telling me that you discovered another planet or something, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm looking around for a jacket, a blanket, like, geez, it's cold in here. Like, my brain can't function if I'm cold. And so I have a space heater in my office. I don't care that the heat is on 72 in the house. I have a space heater in my office because...
So it could be on 104.
No, because our office is in the basement, and the basement is a lot cooler. A lot cooler than the upstairs area of our house. And so even though if you go upstairs, it's like, okay, it's warm. But downstairs, it's like we're storing polar bears down here or something.
So yeah, I'm different. So if it's too hot, I'll go to sleep. I'll start getting sleepy. So I actually prefer keeping it a little cool.
Rodney is one of those people that puts the heat on 68.
Saves a lot on gas bills. Electric bills.
Why is the heat on 60 anything if the temperature is 25 degrees outside?
Look, room temperature is only 72, okay? So it should
right, and that's what I put it on. And then he'll be like, oh, let's put it on 60. No.
You move around.
No.
Anyway, do what's best for you, okay? Do what's best for your atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
For her, it needs to be hot. For me, it needs to be cold. I mean, that's just how it works.
Or cool, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is work in time blocks. This really, really helps me. So, once again, in my daily planner, paper planner, there's a page, there's 2 pages for each day. And on that page, it gives you like a list of all the hours. So what I like to do every day, and I try to do it at the end of the day, but if I don't do that, I do it at the beginning of the next day, is I will literally take out my paper planner and I will start writing in what I'm going to be doing for blocks of time. So, from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m., I'm going to be working on client deliverables, or I'm going to be working on XYZ project, or I'm going, and I literally block it out in my planner so that I can see. For me, writing it down actually helps me to commit to it.
Okay.
So when I write it down, I'm much more likely to do it than if I put it in Google Calendar.
Okay.
So I use Google Calendar for appointments and things like that. But for my own work, because I have to do a lot of independent work, I just chart out exactly what I'm doing. And anybody can do this. And so it's just, all you're doing is just being intentional with all the hours that you have. So yeah, I plan out every hour of my day.
Awesome.
It doesn't always go perfectly. It hardly ever goes perfectly. But at least, and what I'll do is I'll write it in pencil. So when I'm making adjustments, I will actually make adjustments to my plan. And that way, like I'm just I know. Okay, I'm gonna move that to tomorrow. I know I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but it's not in my head. It's not still swimming in my head.
You formulated a plan to get it done.
So yeah, and that's part of what you're gonna talk about Saturday, right?
Absolutely.
Like commanding your day. Mm-hmm. So, because if you just don't do that, you just look up and you're like, dog, it's Thursday. I didn't get anything done.
Man, the swiftness with which the week flies by always amazes me.
Yeah.
It's like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What happened? How is it the weekend already? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's the weekend. We get to hang out. It's the weekend. And then you blink and it's Monday again. I don't know.
Yeah. Just like that. So, yeah, that's my third tip.
Okay.
Do a daily plan.
Awesome. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed listening to our productivity hacks. And we look forward to seeing you this Saturday, January 6th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. We're going to have the Command Your 24 Masterclass. We're going to talk about these kinds of tips and so much more because we really want you to have the best year ever. And to have the best year ever, you take it one day at a time.
Absolutely. So make sure to sign up. Mm-hmm. CommandYour24.com.
Yes.
Go ahead and sign up. You will not regret it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, that's been our time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Go and register for this Saturday's masterclass and then tune in next week. We've got some amazing guests coming up this season. So thank you so much again. Keep living victoriously. Bye, everybody. Hey, Victors, are you ready to jumpstart your 2024? Well, if so, I've got just the thing for you. Join me this Saturday, January 6th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for the Command Your 24 Virtual Masterclass. I'm going to be showing you how to create clear goals, have an action plan for each of your goals, and have a purposeful vision board that's not just a cute arts and crafts project, but that helps get you going. I am going to give you everything you need to help motivate you to have your best year yet and then some. So go to CommandYour24.com and register today. I can't wait to see you this Saturday. Bye.